I was born bad. I grew up in my aunt's house. They loved me, but I still wanted to hurt them. When I saw an unattended baby, dark thoughts filled my mind. Watching my brother crawl toward the pool, a smile crept onto my face. But my aunt got there in time and ruined my fun. She yelled at my uncle for not watching the baby. He said the door was locked and the baby shouldn't be outside. I sat with my headphones on, quietly listening to music. Every day, I practiced my disguise in the mirror. At school, I was still the perfect student. Teachers and classmates adored me, secretly liked me. But today, I met my biggest threat, Annie. She knew too much about my past. It felt like she could see right through me. My uncle came to bring me clothes. In my drawer, he found his missing outdoor knife. He started to suspect me and planned to send me to boarding school. I smiled and said I was fine with it. But in my hand, the orange I held was crushed. He reminded me about the knife. Looking at the open drawer, my anger boiled over. I grabbed a pillow and pressed it down hard. My aunt prepared dinner. Upstairs, my brother began to cry. She told my uncle to wash the stove, but I said, "The phone's ringing," and sent him away. I poured oil into the pot and turned the heat to high. The alarm blared, flames shot up, and I was the first to rush in and put out the fire. My aunt blamed my uncle. He said he had left it to me. I told them I only went to the bathroom. I knew that made him even more certain it was me. But I was an expert at controlling people. I practiced my apology tone in the mirror. Then I told him I had found the knife and simply forgot to return it. I mentioned my father's death. He forgave me. That night, he was fixing his car when the garage lights went out. He leaned out, and the car dropped. Through my whistle, all he saw was a shadow. My aunt took a long time to find him trapped under the car, but he didn't die. When he woke up, he wrote my name. My aunt thought he was worried about me. The spot for dance team captain was taken by my best friend. After school, I lured her beloved dog into the woods. The next day, the dog was gone. When it was found, it was in pieces. She took time off, but I still didn't get the captain's spot. I couldn't stand anyone being better than me. I sent her a flashing video that triggered her seizure. Then I stole her phone. Annie said I had killed 6 people and threatened to expose me. I laughed and mocked her. She slapped me. Mike walked in. I acted like the victim. Annie got suspended for a week. I became captain. When my uncle came home from the hospital, he heard my whistle and knew it was me who hurt him. He stayed silent on one condition, that I go to boarding school. My aunt saw a video of the missing dog. She recognized my sweater and remembered my brother's last words. She began to suspect me. She dug into the truth. But I had her phone. I called Annie, luring her with a promise to confess. Then I told Mike she'd leave in an hour and asked him to come over. Annie arrived. I handed her hot cocoa and told her everything. She couldn't move. Coco had sleeping pills. I called the police and said she tried to set fire to my house. I turned on the gas stove, poured gasoline across the living room, and shoved the can into her hands. I ran out the door and bumped into my aunt. She called me a monster and ran in to save my uncle. Soon, they were both unconscious in the fire. I held my brother and screamed for help to the police. Mike arrived and became my witness. The firelight reflected on my smile. I became my brother's only guardian, and his fate was already in my hands.